Errol Spence Jr. keeps it 100% real about Terence Crawford and his promotional company situation, and I want to talk about that right here on Gym Boxing. His promoter needs to do a better job promoting him, I guess. I feel like it was a failure on the promotional side. So I think Bob needs to get back to the drawing board if he thinks me and Crawford is going to be 50-50 down the middle type deal. If I'm bringing over 400,000 pay-per-view buys and he's doing 100 and something, why should we split it if we fight each other? Those are the words of Errol the True Spence Jr. What up, fight fans? Boxing family, this your boy Get a Mic. This is Gym Boxing. To all my subscribers, welcome back to the channel. If you're new to the channel, I invite you right now to subscribe and hit that bell icon, man. You won't be sorry. Hit the bell icon, that way you won't miss any more videos just like this one. And also follow me on all social media platforms, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, more notably Instagram. But anyway, Errol Spence Jr. was at Robert Easter versus Barthélemy. He was at the weigh-in, and they was interviewing him and asking him a question about this. And it says, the satisfied Errol Spence smiled as he discussed the situation on Friday following the weigh-in. And he was basically talking about the whole pay-per-view situation with Terence Crawford and Top Rank. And he pretty much believes that Top Rank, have been doing a horrible job with promoting Terence Crawford. And he also feels like they also been, promoting Lomachenko a whole lot more than Terence Crawford. And I think most fans would agree, okay? I know I definitely agree with that. They definitely promote Lomachenko like he's the second coming of the Messiah. But, I just want to talk about it, go over this article just a little bit, and some of the things that Errol Spence said. And we know Errol Spence's pay-per-view did reportedly around 350 to 400 buys, 400,000 buys, and Terence Crawford, they believe, did somewhere in between 100 and 150,000 pay-per-view buys. So you can kind of see that Errol Spence has this smirk on his face, like, I'm outdoing this guy over there. You know what I'm saying? Because we know Errol Spence and Terence Crawford is one of the biggest fights to be made in boxing, man. So this is what he said. He says, it's not just the opponents he's fighting, but the whole promotional thing behind him. Like when Showtime promotes and Fox promotes, they really put everything into it. And he's actually right, because when Errol Spence and Mikey Garcia was about to fight, the promotions behind that fight was very, very big, to the point where a lot of YouTube channels like myself and bigger YouTube channels, you would see advertisements of Errol Spence versus Mikey Garcia on our videos. Like whenever I would go click on one of my videos, I'll see Errol Spence and Mikey Garcia promotional videos, on my advertisements. So that's just one small way I felt like they was doing it. They had commercials. They had, these guys at the Cowboys game and stuff like that. So I think they was doing a hell of a job promoting Errol Spence versus Mikey Garcia, opposed to how Top Rank was promoting Crawford. They didn't really do too good of a job. But let me finish up what he said. He says, with Crawford fight, you really didn't hear nothing until the week of the fight. I kind of forgot about it. He says you didn't hear nothing about it until the week of the fight. They started promoting it probably about Thursday or Friday. That's when they really got it out there like that. So he says, I feel they could have done a better job promoting it. And I have to 100% agree with Errol Spence Jr. because I hear a lot of people say that, that Terence Crawford has not been being promoted properly. He's been being promoted less properly than Vasyl Lomachenko has, and in my personal opinion, Top Rank haven't even really been doing a great job of promoting his fights. So you can look at the level of how they're doing Terence Crawford based on how Fox and Showtime are doing Errol Spence Jr. You know what I'm saying? So there's a big difference in the promotional side. Well, how it goes for this fight, if Errol Spence and Terence Crawford was to ever share the ring, that could be debated. You know what I'm saying? That can be up in the air on who you think is going to win that fight, which probably won't happen no time soon. But as far as the promotional stuff goes, who's the A side, who's the B side stuff, that stuff is really not that big of a debate when you look at the numbers, okay? Now, he says, when I fought on pay-per-view, they didn't mention guys. He says they didn't mention Keith Thurman. They didn't mention Pacquiao. They mentioned me. They mentioned me versus Garcia, not Keith Thurman, not Keith Thurman, not Keith Thurman, not, not Pacquiao. He said if someone mentioned Pacquiao and Thurman, it was me who mentioned them, who I would like to fight next. And I'm going to finish up what he's saying, but, Top Rank seems to do that. When they're trying to promote Terence Crawford's fights, a lot of the people names who they talk about, Vasyl Lomachenko. He's the number one pound for pound, this, that, and they saying these things right as they're supposed to be promoting Terence Crawford's fight. Not only that, but the same day of the fight, the night of the fight, you still hearing Lomachenko's name, and it's just like, come on, man, this is Terence Crawford's pay-per-view. You know what I mean? And I think the only person that has been giving Terence Crawford his just due and been putting him rightfully in his pound for pound spot has been Andre Ward. He seems like he's been the only one that's really been backing Terence Crawford 100%. So you got to give him that credit. He says, I feel like the proof is in the pudding, how they're handling the whole situation. Me, I wasn't even watching like that. I noticed how they were handling the promotion. They kept bringing up Lomachenko. He says, even Crawford's fight, they kept bringing up Lomachenko. Why? They're not even in the same weight class. Why do you keep bringing up this guy? He said, why do you keep bringing this guy up? So I feel like they're over promoting him, overkill, and Terence is not a guy who's gonna speak up. He's a guy who just want to fight. So Errol Spence Jr. is calling it straight down the middle. He always have said in the past that he have a great deal of respect for Terence Crawford, and rightfully so, because Terence Crawford is a hell of a fighter. Errol Spence recognizes that. And I think both of these fighters are just two of the realest fighters in the game, man. You got to give both of these guys credit. They both have that real deal spirit. You know what I'm saying? They just cut from a different type of cloth. And me personally, I understand exactly why. But at the end of the day, man, you just got to give credit where credit is due, and you have to applaud Errol Spence Jr. for this is gonna be probably one of his biggest career fights versus Terence Crawford whenever that fight is made, and to see him, to see Errol Spence, speak highly over the guy that he's gonna fight just shows a great deal of character to me. I like it, I enjoy it, and it's almost like it's because these guys are the two best fighters in their division. It's almost, to me, it's not like, as much as I want to see this fight, it's like something about the fact that you can tell these guys as brothers. You know what I'm saying? They the same people. You know what I mean? It's kind of hard to really want to root on your brothers to really fight each other. Like I wouldn't mind seeing the fight, but if they don't fight each other, like I'm not really. How can I say? I'm not really, going to die about it. You know what I'm saying? But that's just my thoughts. I'm sure you guys have your own thoughts. Everybody have their differences of opinion. And that's how it's supposed to be. But at the end of the day, I have to agree with Errol Spence Jr. I think Errol Spence sees what they're doing over there in Top Rank. I'm sure he disagrees with it. And, this was a pretty decent little interview here, man. So he says, I like Terence. I like Terence. He's a great fighter. He feels like he's a great fighter. He says, I've got nothing but respect for Terence. I got Terence's number in my phone right now. He wished me good luck in my last fight. I've got nothing but respect for him. I just feel like they're doing him dirty. See, this is exactly what I'm talking about, bro. These brothers, these guys are brothers, man. You know what I'm saying? They come from the same they come from the same background. Both of their forefathers got off on the ships just like mine did. So they have a certain level of respect for each other. And you just have to applaud it. You know what I'm saying? You have to applaud it, man. Both of these guys are at the top of the game. They're the best of the best, the cream of the crop, and they can both still have respect for each other. So I got much love for that, man. He says they gave Tyson Fury a big ass deal, and then they're gonna give Terence Crawford a $3 million deal. Come on, that's a slap in the face. Yeah, I agree, man. That's like stuff like Bob Arum's fault and stuff like that. But it is what it is, man. That's just his thoughts on it, and then I give you my thoughts. But it is what it is. I just wanted to talk about this particular article I seen. It's pretty interesting to see how Errol Spence Jr. was keeping it real, and just to see the mutual respect between these two guys. Obviously, we're not gonna get this fight probably no time soon. But at the same time, Errol Spence is about to unify with Sean Porter, so that's gonna be an epic fight. I can't wait for that fight, man. So y'all drop y'all thoughts down in the comment section. And another thing, man, y'all fight fans got to get off Sean Porter, man. Let the dude do what he do, man. He's about to fight Errol Spence, win, lose, or draw. You got to have respect for both of these fighters, bro. Jesus Christ. It seems like y'all boxing fans y'all rather see y'all. It's like the boxing fans want to see Sean Porter die or something, bro. Like, God damn, I ain't never seen so much hate in my life. But anyway, man, much love, peace, blessings to all the brothers and sisters. This your boy Get a Mic. I'll be back with more content, and I'm out. Peace.